The World Register is an independent news source. Our goal is to be a leading provider of truthful, unbiased, and timely reporting about people, places, and events. We currently use other news outlets to provide content and are not responsible for their version of events. Reuters news agency reports today that as the Islamic State loses their twin capitals in Mosul, Iraq, and Raqqa, Syria, their leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, has left the population centers for the vast desert between the two. According to Hasham al-Hashimi, who advises Middle East governments on Islamic State affairs, stated one of Baghdadi's main concerns is to ensure those around him do not betray him for the $25 million reward offered by the United States for his death or capture. Hashimi also said, quote, "With no land to rule openly, he can no longer claim the title Caliph. He is a man on the run, and the number of his supporters is shrinking as they lose territory," unquote. Iraqi forces have retaken much of Mosul, the northern Iraqi city the Islamic State seized in June 2014. Baghdadi declared himself Caliph, or leader of all Muslims, shortly afterwards at the medieval Grand al-Nuri Mosque. Raqqa, his capital in Syria, is nearly surrounded by a coalition of Syrian Kurdish and Arab groups. Born Ibrahim al-Samari, Baghdadi is a 46-year-old Iraqi who broke away from al-Qaeda in 2013, 2 years after the capture and killing of the group's leader, Osama bin Laden. As reported by Reuters news agency today, baton-wielding riot police broke up anti-corruption protests and detained hundreds of demonstrators in Moscow and other Russian cities soon after arresting opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Navalny, a strong critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin, called for protests against official corruption, which drew thousands of people. Navalny is mounting a bid to unseat President Putin in an election next year. The Kremlin has dismissed Navalny's graft allegations, accusing him of irresponsibly trying to whip up unrest. And Breitbart News Network reports today Ivanka Trump made an appearance on Fox and Friends to discuss her work on job training and skills-based education to help people looking for work. Speaking about moving her family to Washington, D.C. in order to work with her father in the White House, Ivanka said, quote, "It is hard and there is a level of viciousness that I was not expecting." She continued by saying, quote, "My father's administration intends to be transformative and we want to do big, bold things. We're looking to change the status quo," unquote. President Donald Trump will travel with his daughter Ivanka to a technical school in Wisconsin this week to highlight the importance of skill-based education and apprenticeships.